Beatrice Tolliver?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing the defendant, Erica Martin,
Yes, Your Honor.
for $595 for the return of a security deposit?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are countersuing Ms. Martin for $2,500 you say the plaintiff owes you for harassment, pain and suffering, a stove, and a refrigerator.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we start from the beginning? I take it from your papers that you lived with Ms. Martin for a while. Why don't you tell me about that living arrangement and when it started?
Well, it started like November 2015. I was looking for a place to stay. So I looked in the paper and she said it was a nice, clean, pretty room and all this stuff. When I got there, it was kind of messy, but she said she was cleaning up. I gave her $100
let me ask
to
you
hold
this.
the room.
Now, this is a room in an apartment or a house?
It's a house, a duplex, actually.
Okay, you were living by yourself?
Yes.
And how much were you renting the room for?
$595.
And you asked for a security deposit of $595?
Yes.
And that's what she's suing you for because you kept that security deposit?
Yes, for a broken stove.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when I move in there, the day I'm moving in, when I have just one pack of meat I was gonna cook that day. When I go to the stove, it's got a pot on it, and Erica tells me that the pot is on the eye because it's broken.
I didn't.
So when I lift up the stove, when the thing is like just full of grease, and I text her, I told her, I said, hey, this is like a fire hazard. It's a mess in here. So I took a paper towel and I tried to get some of the grease out of it so I could cook. So I cook, and the stove is just it's all messed up. It's burning my food, just raggedy little stove. So I said, after that, I was decided I'm not gonna cook over here no more. And then she tells me the stove is broke and it's not working and it's about to blow her up.
And you broke it?
That's what she's trying to say at that time.
So how many days had you been there at this point?
Probably about a week or so.
So what happens with the stove? Because you're countersuing for the stove.
Yes. Ms. Tolliver went to soak my stove in water for 2 to 3 days. I came home from work, my burners were off of my stove, and my stove was sitting in water about this thick. She put the stove back together. I went to use my stove, and it blew up in my face like a firecracker. If that had been my kids would have been burned.
Were there flames? Was there a fire?
There was flames, no fire. So it must have blew out or something because it stayed in the on position. I left it up to her. I said, you could call an electrician because I'm not prepared to take care of this expense right now. She said, go and disconnect it with your hands. I said, I'm not doing that.
So what happened to the stove? It was broken?
After she soaked it in water, it did not work, yes.
Okay, so you had to get a new stove?
No. So I did not get a new stove yet because I've been busy. I don't cook much in my home. She did something where she rigged it to one burner to work. That's what she told me, that one burner is working and she was still cooking.
You said that the stove is broken. What proof do you have of that besides your word
Yes,
today?
I have the receipt from the electrician. It blew up in his face as well, and he was very upset.
And you think it's because she soaked the... How old is the stove?
It's probably a 1994 or 5 model, maybe.
That's a really old stove.
But it worked, Your Honor, before she moved in my home.
No, Your
before
Honor.
It was soaking.
Did you want her to buy you a brand new stove because your
her father come
1994
fix it.
stove
And
went
the
out?
electrician showed me properly how to clean it. He said you have to lift it up. When you soak it in water down there, you have to lift up the top because that's where the wiring is connected.
You also say she owes you $50 for the refrigerator. What's that about?
Yes, the refrigerator, it has no handle on it because she was slamming things around and
She broke the handle on the... Did you break the handle on the refrigerator?
No, Your Honor, I did not touch
What
the
happened?
refrigerator. I don't know. This is you know what? After I started asking for my deposit from her, that's when I heard about the refrigerator, and that's when I heard about the stove.
What proof do you have that she broke the handle on the refrigerator?
The electrician gave me an estimate on it, and I also told
This
her.
has nothing to do with the refrigerator. This is only about the stove. What proof do you have about the refrigerator? You don't have proof?
He forgot to put that in there. I could contact him and have him.
No. You're here today. This is your day in court. You got to have your evidence with you.
I have text. We going back and forth.
Let me see the text messages.
She told me that the
You're suing for $1,000 for harassment and $1,000 for pain and suffering. What's that about?
Yes, because she called me multiple times at work. I told her that we needed
About what, her security deposit?
Yes, I told her that the stove she left, nothing happened. She upped and moved to a new house. She just left me with the broken repairs.
And so you think because she was calling you too much, she owes you $2,000 now for harassment and pain and suffering?
I think it's something right here.
We were in,
Okay, I'll give it to her.
yes, I was at work. She was calling multiple times, Your Honor, back to back to back. She was texting me things like, you're gonna give me my money in full.
February 1st, she sends you a text. Hey, Erica, you can mail the check for the deposit to this post office box in Sacramento.
I didn't reply because I didn't know that she was out of the home.
Okay, no,
Stop.
Because this is when I start to get annoyed. Because now you're just trying to come up with something to say. Because you don't reply for 14 days and she texts you again. So for 14 days, you didn't know she was gone. For 14 days, your response is, I didn't know she moved out.
Because I don't see her.
She asked you for her security deposit. You don't even reply and say, what are you talking about? What do you mean your security deposit? What, did you leave?
She was calling, Your Honor, and we spoke on the phone.
Because I know how people are. People are always texting on their phone. Not once that she sends you a text, you're telling me instead of replying to a text, you're having phone conversations.
Coming up, do text messages tell a different story?
She repeatedly is asking you, give me my money, and you respond with, replace my stove and my fridge. She's supposed to replace your refrigerator?
And later, a music producer who parted ways with his artist demands a payment for his efforts.
We agreed upon him, paying me back for this.
Not just him, everybody's going to want to signify their spot before something bigger happens in front of them.
And you are that something bigger.
Yeah, I'm about to be that something bigger.
She told me after I moved, she wasn't gonna rent it out anymore. Well, she rented it out anyway, and that roommate is suing her also.
Is that true?
I have proof.
I'm going to say that's a yes.
I have
I'm going to say that's a yes based on your body language. You can't do this. You can't have people move in, pay security deposits, and then when they leave, you keep all their money. Because by law, just so you know, you're required to in a certain number of days. Even if you're keeping a portion, you are required to return the remainder of the security deposit to her. By law, I don't care what you offered. I'm telling you what you didn't do. I'm judging you by your actions, not by your words. So she repeatedly is asking you, give me my money, and you respond with, replace my stove and my fridge. She's supposed to replace your refrigerator?
Your Honor,
for breaking the handle? She's supposed to replace your stove?
Your Honor, that was after numerous conversations with her.
You gotta stop this. Because what it looks like you're doing is you're looking for a reason not to return her money. That's what it looks like you're doing.
Even though she broke the stove?
She paid you $595. That stove was over 20 years old. I don't know if she broke it. $2,000 for harassment and pain and suffering. That's what you're asking for? The number one thing you need to do is learn the law if you're going to be a landlord. You do not have the right nor the authority to keep someone's security deposit. If you're keeping it a portion for damages, then you keep a portion for damages. The law requires you to return the rest. You didn't do that. You kept the entire $595, and you know why? Because I think you did so in bad faith. I think you wanted the money, you just wanted to keep it, and you took the opportunity to do so. Well, that ends today. My judgment is for the plaintiff. $595, your counterclaim is dismissed.